Ahoy my friends, Ryder here. Welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. Today I am heading into the new Crisis dungeons and I'm going to be taking on the Mythril Mine. As you guys can see, my current score is a C, but I'm thinking that on this run I'm going to get my S+. I've lost a few times to it. I'm not going to lie, this is definitely a tougher one, I will say. The last ones were, I feel like, a walk in the park, whereas this one is definitely a little bit harder. Some things that might make this a little bit easier for you guys. I'm going to show some screenshots that Rumi put up in the official Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis Discord. So I'm going to put them up right here for you guys to check out.
Alright guys, so here is the layout of the bosses and regular enemies that will be on the Mythril Mine Very Hard map. So you guys can snap a quick screenshot of this so that you guys can use it as an overall reference. Once again, thank you to Rumi in the official Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis Discord. And then right here we have an overall view of the map that also shows where everyone is, along with the trance abilities and what type of enemy type they are and their weaknesses. And then last but not least, as a bonus, here we have all of the items, their cost, and how much they reduce your score at the end for using them. So if you guys want to snap a screenshot of this, do it now, and I'm going to return back to the team build.
Alright guys, well, if you guys appreciate that, I hope you guys reach out to Rumi and say thank you for those for the cool map and the breakdown of the bosses. But I'm going to quickly go through into here and show you guys my overall strategy for this fight. To go through the enemies really quick, this is the dragon. It inflicts poison. We are going to wait to get the poison resist plus 100 trance ability before we fight him, so his poison won't be a problem. The zoo is not terrible. I feel like this is kind of a walk in the park one. There's a few ones that are like easy, and then there's a few ones that are pretty hard. This is one of the easier ones for sure. We have the Mad Anchor. This is probably the most annoying fight in this thing because you're speccing for wind, but at the same time he keeps on putting up a wind barrier over and over and over. It does look like he has a fire weakness, so you could run like a fire cloud slash wind Sephiroth or something like that. I'm not bringing Cloud into this fight, nor am I running Aerith as a full healer, just because I feel like it would have been a tad OP. So I switched to a team that I feel like is more relatable and hopefully will help you guys. So yeah, I'll show you guys, but we're going to take out the Mad Anchor first and foremost. This is probably the most annoying fight for me out of the 5. Then we're going to have the Airbuster, which can defense down your entire team, but we're basically just going to be blitzing him, so it shouldn't be too bad. A lot of the enemies in this are these Tenawats, these little baby enemies. They're weak to physical attacks and lightning and wind, which is good because a lot of your characters are going to be having Aurora Blow or Aurora, and so they're not too bad. They're a little tanky, but not the worst. And then last but not least, we have Rude, who is a physical asshole. This dude is super strong. There's going to be 2 trance abilities that give physical defense plus 50%. I highly recommend getting both to fight this guy because he essentially can KO your characters really easily. But he will be weak to P-Def and M-Def down, so we're going to be using Tifa with her somersault to take care of that for us. Alright. So let's go into the map and I'll show you guys my basic overall strategy for this. So we're going to start here. We're going to walk through here. We're going to fight 3 Tenawats right here. We're going to get this first chest, I believe is 2 tenths. We're going to come down here. We're going to take out the Mad Anchor first. This is a hard fight to get above 60,000 on. I still haven't done it. I would have to spec to a different team. I have heard that if you run a mixed team, so mixed magic, attack, and then not running dual of the same element, he might not put up a wind barrier at first. So like Cloud, Thunder God build, Sephiroth Wind God build, and then maybe Aerith as like a full healer magic attack. I feel like that could work. I have yet to try it out. So if you guys have tried it out or have some better strategy for fighting this guy, please let me know in the comments below. I think it can help a lot of people because this Mad Anchor, before I always thought that they were so easy, but this one is definitely really hard. So after we beat the Mad Anchor, we're going to go over here to the zoo. and we're going to take out the zoo. This should be super chill. After that, we'll get this treasure chest right here. We'll come up here and we'll fight the 2 condors. Alright, once we beat the condors, we're going to trail back all the way to beginning. We're going to take out the dragon. And then once we take out the dragon, we're going to come back here, take out the airbuster, take the last physical defense 50%, and then head into the last section to take out the final boss, which is Rude. Alright guys, that being said, let's get in. Let me show you the team, and I will run over my basic strategy for this fight. So I'm going to go into the materials first. So first and foremost, I have a Cura spec'd for each player's stats on each character right here. In the second slot, I'm running Fira on Aerith, Aurora Blow on Tifa, and Fira Blow on Sephiroth. And then in the third slot, and it's important to note this, you're going to want to put Magic Sigil Breakers because Rude has a physical counter. So he will counter if you use physical Ruin Blows. So switch to all magic right here. Now to show you guys the sigils and what I'm running, I'll switch over to the toggle. So I'm going to be running Triangle on Aerith, Circle on Tifa, and then Circle on Sephiroth right here. Most of the enemies in this are weaker to Circle. I think I'm actually going to switch Tifa to Triangle now that I think about it. Just because Sephiroth has a Sigil Breaker on his weapon, so he's going to do 5 every time he hits with his weapon. So let me switch over Tifa. I'm going to be careful to choose magic ones. I'll take the HP. Okay, so let's go back. So that is going to cover the materia for each player going into this. Now for the actual characters themselves, let's go into Aerith. Here are her stats. She's sitting at 75k power, 8.6k HP, 2.7k magic attack. She won't be healing in this. Her R abilities are as shown here, but essentially I'm running her as a wind DPS. So I have the Wind Arcanum costume, the Prism Rod, and then I also have the Sun Umbrella here just for some debuffing, because a lot of these enemies are weak to physical defense, magic defense down, so this is going to help a lot. I am running her Healing Wind just as a way of backing up Tifa on heals if she needs it. And then going into the sub-equips, here we have the Aonibi, I have the Holiday Cane, and then Kuja's Spirit Sword. Alright, moving over to Tifa. Her stats are 10k HP, 3k physical attack. She's got 1500 healing, which should suffice throughout the thing. And here are her R abilities. I am running her healing costume, but then I'm also running her Amaranth's Claws. I think even if you have Amaranth's Claws, you know, OB 3, 4, something like that, they should still work for this, because just having the physical attack buff up on that, plus the non-elemental damage for the Mad Anchor, and then this will boost Aurora Blow's damage. So, you know, and then if you don't have this, I think that bringing Cloud with a full Thunder God build and then running Aerith as a healer will actually work a lot better than this team overall. I feel like I would have smoked this maybe first try if I would have ran Aerith, Cloud, Sephiroth, but I wanted to try something different. So if you don't have the Amaranth's Claws at all, you can always use Cloud instead and then run Aerith as a healer. I am running the Lifeguard Wraps for her. She's going to be my primary healer. Somersault is a very key thing right here, but actually since I have Aerith, she might not need it. So you could technically run maybe Shiva here instead. I think that maybe I will run Judgment Bowl instead. Just so I can take out the ads. I think that will be actually more helpful than running Somersault. Alright, so to go into the back end abilities right here, I'm going to run Murasame in the first slot, Black Whiskers in the second slot, and then the Hell House Collar in the third slot to boost HP and physical defense. Essentially, you're just stacking physical attack. Yeah, basically physical attack, physical ability potency, regular attack, any of that kind of stuff, just to kind of get her as strong as possible. So yeah, so I am focusing healing, but then I'm also focusing DPS at the same time. So it's kind of like a pseudo hybrid build. Alright, last but not least, here we have Sephiroth sitting at 75k power. He's got 5.9k HP, 3.2k physical attack. If we go into his abilities right here, he's got 7 physical attack, 6 wind potency, so he is going to be hitting like a tank. We are bringing the Harbinger costume with the Wind Mastery, Dark Heavens at OB8, the Glare Reed in the second slot right here. I do have Ifrit for taking care of ads, And then going into the sub-equips here, oh, it looks like, I don't know why this is here. I'm actually going to slot something for HP. I think that's actually going to help him. So let's see here. What do we want to bring? I think I'm going to bring the Hell House Cannon. Alright, I love these weapons. I feel like they're so good. Alright, so that being said, that is the team. Let's get into the match, and I'll show you guys, hopefully, how to pull the S+ on the Mythril Mine Very Hard. Let's get into it. Alright guys, here we are heading into the Mythril Mine Very Hard. Like I said before, I'm going to be running down here and going straight to the Mad Anchor. We are going to fight 3 Tenawats along the way, just 1 enemy encounter. Alright, right here. I'm probably going to auto through this first random encounter and then also the Mad Anchor fight. You don't really need to manual it this early, plus the Mad Anchor fight is kind of an annoying fight. Especially for my team right here, where he basically just becomes immune to wind damage. But I am curious to see that if you run different things, he might be able to open up and free his weaknesses. Alright, so here we are. We're going to run over here and grab these 2 tents. Perfect. And then we're just going to run down here and we are going to take out this son of a bee. Alright, it's the Mad Anchor. I'm just going to run straight into the fight. I'm just going to leave this on auto through this fight. I think this is the one fight that doesn't need it. In this, honestly, the zoos probably don't really need it either. But they're going to start off the fight by taking out the ads right here. He's going to do the threat assessment, and he's going to become immune to wind, which makes the whole first half of this fight super slow because it's hard to do damage to him. Alright, so here we go. Tifa's got her No Mercy. And essentially I'm just spamming this one ability over and over and over, while Sephiroth and Aerith will be doing Fyra and Fyra blows. Okay, we're going to block his first attack right here. Alright, we'll take a low tier physical debuff down. Tifa will go for the heal, and then I'm just rolling straight back into No Mercies. The idea is, as soon as he loses the wind barrier, to essentially just nuke him to the ground. So I'm going to switch off manual right here, and we are just going to go full-blown wind damage right here. Alright, so both Sephiroth and Aerith are just going to be doing full wind damage, and the goal is to kill him before he rebuffs his wind barrier. Alright, let's see here. Here comes the new threat assessment. I don't think that this is the wind barrier one. I think it's the next one. Alright, here we go. Yeah, it's the next one right here. There you go. So you're going to get 1 threat assessment in between before he switches back to the wind barrier. So that is when you want to kill him. If you're going for a team like mine, which primarily focuses wind, the reason I'm primarily focusing wind is because most of the enemies in this dungeon are weak to wind and also rude. This is actually my best score that I've gotten on the... Oh no, I got a 57k once. Alright, so let's go into the next battle right here. That one, not so bad when you take it first. If you wait to fight him later, he's real annoying. So here are the trance abilities. We have Wind Potency 15 minus Healing 50, and then Wind Resist down duration. So I'm going to take the Wind Potency 5%. Okay, we're not going to heal. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to run straight over here to the zoo. And we're going to take this guy down as fast as we can. We're not going to use any summons. I'm not going to worry about the ads at all. We're just going to focus the zoo and burn him down to the ground. So he is weak to wind, so we're just going to be blasting wind abilities right off the bat, and hopefully we can take him down. The goal is to take him down before he does his first big gale attack, which should be coming up here in about 5, 4, 3, there it is. Okay, here we go. and take him down right there. So that is my goal every single time, to take down the zoo. I don't worry about the 10 watts. I just blast that guy down. You should get a pretty good score, especially if you can. However, if you cannot kill him before he's doing that gale, I recommend taking out the ads first. Just wanted to put that in there. Alright, so there's the zoo. At this point, we have poison resist 100%, healing potency 50%, or physical defense down duration plus 20. I'm going to take the poison resistance right here. We're not going to go straight back to the dragon. We're going to run over here, grab this chest. Then we're going to fight this next set of ads. It's going to be the 2 condors right here. Okay. Alright, here we go. So, right off the bat, I'm just going to use Hellfire. I'll save the Judgment Bolt for the dragon. Okay, here we go. That is going to almost kill the Ice Raven. So I'm going to target the Ice Raven, and we are going to finish it off as quickly as we can. Alright, here we go. I'm going to get 1 heal off. Get Sephiroth a little bit up, and then we're just going to burn these guys down to the ground. Alright, there we go. Sephiroth looking a little low on HP, but we're holding up. Okay, the goal is to get to this point before using your first tent. So you're going to have 2 tents right here. So right now, you don't have to worry about ads at all. We're just going to run all the way back to the dragon. We're going to take him out without having to worry about the poison at all, which is pretty helpful. Alright, so we're just going to run back through here. So yeah, like I was saying, the goal is to get to that point with only using your first tent right now. However, if you need to use it before then, you can. You will get other ways to heal later on. So I'm going to stop in front of the dragon. We're going to go into our little briefcase. I'm going to pull out this tent. Okay. And then I think that's all we need right here. And from here, we're just going to go straight into the fight against the dragon. The dragon's pretty straightforward. I'm going to pop a Judgment Bolt right off the bat to lower the ad's HP. And then after that, we're just going to burn down the dragon. He's pretty chill if he doesn't have his poison. Alright. So there goes Judgment Bolt. Right after this, I will target the ads and take them down as fast as possible. Oh, so close to taking them down. Alright, there goes 1, there goes 2. And now we're just going to be focusing on taking down this dragon. I'm pretty sure he is immune to physical defense, magic defense down. Let's see. Oh, he is not immune to physical defense, magic defense down. So you can debuff him with Night Bloom if you have Aerith, or with Somersault if you have Tifa. And there you go, we are not getting hit by those poisons, which is super helpful for this fight, because then you have to bring healing as soon as poisons, which are, they're good in certain instances, but on this dungeon, I feel like you want the higher potency heals. Alright, here we go, and we're just going to basically be burning him down to the ground as fast as we can. Okay, here comes his first Sigil Break. Normally I focus the Sigil Breakers on this, so I'll go to Sephiroth since he is Circle, and hopefully we will take it down on the next cast right here. And I kind of want to let someone else do it, yeah. So now we can just go straight into damage right here. Everyone is just going to be rolling straight into damage. Utilize this little window, and we're almost getting through it. Alright, here we go. Okay, he's going to start casting his next ability, which is Dragon Dive, and we are going to take him out before he gets it off. Alright, so there is the dragon. Not so bad at all, especially when you are immune to poison. Even if you don't fight him first. My original strategy was taking out the dragon first, but the Mad Anchor proved to be such a bastard that I had to switch around to strategy. But that's the fun thing about these dungeons, is you kind of got to figure it out for your team, and there's so many different ways to do it, and I feel like that's what makes these pretty fun. Alright, so we have 3 choices here. Physical attack +5, physical attack 15, but we lose physical defense. You do not want to take this one. I'm going to take the physical defense plus 50% right here. Alright. Then we are going to run back all the way to the Airbuster. He's going to be our next target. Let me see my HP on everyone. So we have 19, 17, 34. Okay, so a little bit low on Sephiroth there, but I think we can pull the fight against the Airbuster. Let's see here. Alright. Getting close. So it is a lot of running with this strategy, but I don't really mind it. Okay, so I'm going to stop in front of him. Let's check our bag right here. So Sephiroth's max HP, but he is down 34%. I'm going to arrow cocktail Sephiroth and Aerith to hopefully take this guy down as fast as possible. And then I think I will save everything for the last boss. Alright, so we're just going to run in. I will wait to use my tent right before Rude, but hopefully we should be good on taking this down right here. Alright, so here comes the Airbuster. Going into this fight, I'm just going to use both the summons. I don't believe that the Airbuster can be debuffed with Night Bloom or with Somersault. I'll check in this fight, but I'm pretty sure they can't. Alright, so there goes the 2 adds. He is weak to lightning after all. Following up with Ifrit, who he's resistant to, I suppose. Alright, and now we're just going to be rolling straight into the fight. He's going to start it off with EM Field, I believe. My memory serves. There it is. Okay. And I'm just going to keep on rolling through the damage. And we'll block it right now. Right after this, I think I'm just going to go straight into a Healing Wind with Aerith. Okay. I'm doing this so that I can get this Healing Wind charged back up for the next fight. Alright, so here comes the sigils right here. Alright, so it is Circle. And a random one. Okay, so I'm just going to blast through this right here. And then I'm just going to go for damage, honestly. Alright, that'll break it, and that is going to take the fight for us. Alright, sweet. So we only lost 7% of Sephiroth's overall HP. He went from 34 to 41. So the tent will recover 25 of that, so he'll still be 16% over, and I don't think there's supplements. But I think we should be able to handle Rude if we take the physical defense plus 50% right now. Alright, so let's see here. Alright, so we are going to take the physical defense. The wind potency is tempting, the physical attack is tempting, but definitely take the physical defense. Rude hits like a truck. Alright, so we're going to open these. Ooh, we do get some supplements and some stimulants. Alright, that's perfect. That's going to make the last fight totally chill. Hopefully. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Tragic last words. Alright, so I'm going to stop in front of the final boss. We're going to go into here. I will drop a tent, a supplement on Sephiroth, and then let's see here. I'm going to arrow cocktail Sephiroth and Aerith. And then last but not least, I believe I will use... I'm going to use 1 stimulant on Aerith and 1 ether on Sephiroth. Alright, right off the bat, he is going to start charging this ability that can only... You lower the damage by doing wind damage to him. You lower the damage he does to you by doing wind damage. I'm going to immediately target this ad, take out one of them. Okay, so then switch back to Rude, take him out as fast as you can, bring that wind meter down as quickly as possible. Alright, let's see, then I'm going to try and take out this ad if I have time. Alright, then we're just going to switch back to Rude right here. He is weak to physical defense, magic defense down. So just keep that in mind. We stunned him right there, stopped his attack. Now that has opened us up to do some damage. As you can see, wind is just basically eating him alive right here. I'm going to switch over, block this hit. It is going to still hit hard. So it's still hit for 4,300, and we have 100% physical defense up right now. So just keep that in mind. He hits like a freaking truck. Alright, so I'm going to keep my HP up to max, is basically this entire fight. Alright, but we are trying to burn him down as quickly as possible. Here comes his first sigil break right here. We're going to quickly make work of that. I'm going to Night Bloom him, back to Tifa, into No Mercy, switch to, oh, Sephiroth's still stunned. Okay, and yeah, hopefully Sephiroth, oh no, he's not stunned, he's asleep. Okay, here we go. Sephiroth is going to roll into Gale Strike, and I'm going to go straight into the summons right here. Hopefully this will finish him off. If so, this is looking like one of the easiest. It's funny how you can do these dungeons and then make the final boss like the easiest boss, because you just kind of pour everything out into him. But we'll see right here. I think he's resistant to fire. He is resistant to fire. Okay, here we go. Here comes Haymaker. During this charge up, he targets people and does major damage. So even though he's charging Haymaker, in that phase, he's going to have someone targeted, and he will be damaging them up until the point where he unleashes Haymakers. And he can do about 75% of your character's health in that time. So you want to kill him in the moment where we did, if possible. So bringing wind weapons is really ideal. That was my overall focus for this. I don't know if we'll get the S+, but I guess we'll find out right now. Overall, I did like this this dungeon. I think that the event dungeon for the Mythril Mine is going to be a real doozy. So we'll see if that comes out. There you guys have it. There is the S+ for the Mythril Mine Very Hard. I hope this guide was helpful for you guys. I know that, you know, when I'm making a guide, I'm trying to consider that everyone has different things, but the truth of the matter is that everyone has different things, and it's hard to, you know, figure out a way where everyone can, you know, utilize the guide. So that's why I try to talk about, you know, different strategies along the way, other ways of doing it, other characters you can use. But yeah, if you guys have any thoughts on how I could do these better, or any questions about the fight itself, I help out tons and tons of people in the comments where they just have questions about their build, what they could do, and as long as I have an idea of what you have, I can more or less guide you towards an S+ clear, or to just clearing a stage in general. Yeah, like for example, I put out a video this morning for beating the Crash 2 Sephiroth fight, and I honestly think the Crash 1, a ton of people can do it, and I actually think that the Crash 2 is far more accessible than the Bahamut EX2 fight. So I wouldn't write yourselves off. I think you guys might be stronger than you think you are, but that being said, I hope this guide was helpful. Thank you guys very much for your support. I appreciate it truly in my heart, and yeah, I hope you guys all have a wonderful night. Take care, and peace.